Excited, I have no idea what it looks like to actually build a coral. It's gonna be incredible. Coolest part is about to start. We're gonna go 6 meters down and do this whole operation underwater.
We are Nick and Mathilde, and in 2022 we left everything behind to travel the world with our Land Rover Defender.
Europe, the Americas, Australia, Asia and Africa. We want to see it all.
This is day 441 and we're in Colombia.
Welcome to the Next Meridian expedition.
In about 1 kilometer we arrive at the parking lot where we're going to be leaving Albo for about a week because we're gonna get onto a boat direction Isla Fuerte in the Caribbean Sea, and we are going to be helping out a project to plant corals and revive the corals.
Not a usual adventure for us. This week is our last in Colombia, and before crossing the border with Ecuador, we go on for a last very special project. For this, direction Isla Fuerte in the Caribbean Sea on the coast of Colombia. I know, we had said we would not set foot in the Caribbean because we're done with the heat of the place, but this invitation and this project was really cool because actually we've been spending the last 6 months in the Caribbean. We've done a lot of snorkelings, we've seen a lot of beautiful coral reefs, and then we've watched this documentary called Chasing Coral that's super interesting. When we got that invitation to come and restore corals, we thought that would be a missed opportunity to say no to that. Why does coral matter here? Well, first, the island population heavily relies on fishing for its subsistence. And in the past decades, the coral reefs around the island have slowly started to die, causing a reduction of the fish population, directly impacting the livelihood of the communities of the island. Reasons are varied, including rising water temperature, tourism activities, and intensive fishing. Bottom line, the corals went from this to this. But let's not be pessimistic. Some people are concerned about it, and this week they invited us. First, the one and only Fabio. We call him Profe, or teacher. A renowned biologist who's been coming in the island for the past 20 years and led the coral planting efforts.
Entonces empecé a sembrar corales con varias técnicas, de aquí funcionaba, aquí no funcionaba, y eso me permitió ir desarrollando la técnica que vamos a usar.
Then, Papo, our local guide. Papo grew up on Isla Fuerte and knows the place like his pocket, on land and underwater. He has learned alongside Fabio methods to plant coral and now leads and inspires the community to contribute. We also have with us Chris, Mario, Pilar and Jorge, Colombian adventurers who organized this experience to develop sustainable tourism opportunities here in Colombia. And they invited us. Thank you so much, guys. And in the rookies team for coral planting, there is us, Carla, Leo, Nick and I, here to learn. Last but not least, Daliana, that you'll see around, a young, bright teenager from the island that accompanies this expedition to learn and be able to continue these efforts in the future. Now that the team is introduced, ready to start the work.
Okay. Perfecto.
Yes, it's para Fabio.
Good morning. Whew. All these mosquito nets to keep us from getting bit all night. We're staying in this 16-bed dormitory. Pretty nice. It's a bit warm, but with the fans it's great.
Let me show you around a little bit. Come down the stairs, we have the bathrooms and the showers, and then the beautiful view on the outside. So there you have the sea. Behind there you have the restaurant area. I'm not sure what that is. And then if you turn on that way, you'll find the showers. I have no idea what it looks like to actually build a coral and what it actually feels like to be going and planting a coral. It just sounds insane. When we got invited to this event, we were like, for sure we should go, and we have to thank Sustainable Adventure Travels from Colombia for inviting us and taking care of everything, because this is just a once in a lifetime experience and we're super excited. So we got this t-shirt with a little coral. It looks like it's breathing, so luckily it's alive. Perfect, exactly what we need. And we just had breakfast and now we're about to go start our day.
The work is split in different steps, leading up to the installation of corals in the ocean on the last day. But the principle is the following. We find broken fragments of coral in the ocean that are still alive, prepare and install them in the so-called nurseries so they can start growing again. Those corals from the nurseries in supports down in the ocean. So first, we build the supports made of clay that will be used to anchor the corals the next days.
Listo.
Perfecto.
Okay. The boss said it was perfect. I'm good.
This short warm-up completed, the serious work starts. Off to identify and collect fragments of corals that can still be saved.
Ustedes van recogiendo los corales, los traemos y los vamos poniendo aquí en estas canastillas y vamos revisando en las canastillas para seleccionar cuáles realmente sí nos van a servir.
We just landed on the island with the boat, and now we're preparing these little baskets that are going to float above us while we're swimming into the coral reefs. The idea is to remove bits of fragments and then put them into those baskets and bring them back to the island.
Okay. Entre más color de estos vean vivitos, mucho mejor, porque significa que están más vivos. Okay. Miren, eso.
Ready to go, Ed?
Can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No, 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 no. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care. Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though you're down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no.
So what we're selecting is those fragments. They're already broken. They're coming from the reef over there. That is a pretty busy reef with tourists, and they're like pushed by the current when they're broken, and they look like this.
La mayoría de lo que hemos recogido de estos corales son de una especie que se llama porites. En términos de ser estructurante, unas muy buenas colonizadoras, y lo que nosotros hemos medido es que las tasas de crecimiento de esta especie son bastante altas. Estamos hablando de un promedio de 2 a 2.5 centímetros al año.
There's all those groups right behind me. They're cleaning the corals really well, removing all types of algae, and then we're going to bring those back to Isla Fuerte.
Parte de la limpieza y todo.
Okay, I cannot keep it out of the water too long. These zones here are alive. The dark zone, they're dead. So what we do is we're going to clean the algae on the dead zone so that we give more chance for the alive one to grow without the interference of those ones. But back in the water because he doesn't like to be outside.
You can't tell me to let go, baby. 'Cause I love you, yeah. 'Cause I love you, yeah.
We then install the corals on lines that will be used to build a coral nursery, a location underwater where the small coral fragments can gain strength and size before being installed in the ocean again. Let us show you.
¿Está bien? Esta es la tuya.
We finished the day admiring surrounding coral colonies and eating delicious local food, nothing else to be motivated and energized for what's to come. But at this stage, we don't realize yet the challenge in front of us. The task of today, sticking our corals underwater with a special cement in the good care of Nick. But first, we need to train.
Con toda la suavidad del caso, si ven que sale la pasta.
¿Parado o acostado? ¿Así?
Acostado.
¿Así como está?
Como
Más acostado.
ahí, eso, así. Clávalo un poquito y listo.
This was our training, so we had to learn how to use the platform, the coral and the cement underwater, because the coolest part is about to start. We're going to be wearing a full scuba dive set. We're going to go 6 meters down and do this whole operation underwater. Training here on the ground, so this is us scuba diving under the water. We're going to put this meter down, hold it down with rocks, use our platforms, use the cement, use one of these to sort of make sure that the platform is holding down, and we're going to be doing all of this underwater. Super exciting, and then we'll be planting the corals. It's going to be incredible.
We look excited, but at this stage, Nick and I understood really how hard it would be, and we are not the only ones. Everyone is suddenly more focused and serious. Doing the exercise in a bucket of water is one thing. Doing it underwater, without other means of communication than signs, with limited time and surrounded by other corals, maintaining stability without touching the ground is another. And we can see it on the face of everyone. We are all nervous.
Give me something, something good. I get wasted on the thought of you. Head is spinning, I can't move. Smoky eyes in a groove. No, I can't get you out of my mind.
A las 11:27.
You're still with me all the time. Oh, how long will I have to wait? How long have we been too late? Now I wish that we never met, so that I don't have to try to forget you.
Everyone is now in full working mode. Everyone has a task and is dedicated to it. To start with, we extend the lines and secure the clay plates. And with that, we are ready for the most delicate part of the operation. Nick and I work in pair, and slowly we find a rhythm. The objective is to plant as many as possible before the end of our oxygen tank.
Now I wish that we never met, so that I don't have to try to forget you. How long will I have to wait? How long have we been too late? Now I wish that we never met, so that I don't have to try to forget you. Drifted away.
Back on the island, we are still a bit overwhelmed by the experience.
We finished the diving activity. It was super intense for all of us. At the same time, I had no idea it would be that hard. There was the current, so you're moving everywhere. Your main focus is not to break other corals, and that makes it 10 times harder than in our little practice buckets. But if it's not hard, is it worth it? So we're going to ask everyone else what they think.
It was something that I always dream of, planting corals. It was my dream.
The experience was amazing. I've never had the chance to manipulate corals.
Planting the corals was very difficult.
With the current, so I had to grab my partner so that he can make his part, and then he grabbed me so that I can do my part.
Once you're in the area, in the ecosystem, it's really hard to imagine the difficult planting each one of those corals in the place.
It was kind of sad to see that many type of corals that are dead, and realizing, well, is this going to survive? It has only the 10% alive, but well, the hope is there.
I feel very happy that I did my little part to contribute to this planet.
And you're a marine biologist, right?
I am, yes.
Cool. So I'm sure you're going to contribute much more to this planet.
Thank you, I hope so.
Fue una experiencia muy bonita y la idea es que la podamos repetir constantemente.
We made it! And we are lucky. The local dance club of Champeta, led by our partner Daliana, is out to give a little show. Best excuse to celebrate a successful mission.
Es difícil disimular lo que pasa por mi mente cuando te tengo de frente, yeah. Esas ganas de tocar ese cuerpo lentamente, divertirnos malamente con tu piel. Baila hasta que la noche se acabe, bailamos salsa y reggaetón. Eres hermosa y a tu cuerpo lo sabe, que bailas con esa pasión. Si lo haces como eso lo mueves, yo me imagino eso en acción. Chicas, sé que
We left the island full of memories and with the feeling we had a beautiful holiday while contributing to something greater. We are back in Albatross, heading southwest to the Ecuadorian border.
Ok, gracias. Para mí, pequeño. Así. ¿Tienes azúcar? Ah, ya tiene. Ya. For you?
Coffee time! So we are on the road to Ecuador. We just got our coffee. We're blocked at a construction site and 2 cars behind. Let me show you. It's so funny, they're also heading to Ecuador, so we were planning to meet on the road, but we didn't know where they were exactly. We left just 10 minutes ago, but they left 3 hours ago, so they caught up on us. And now we continue together. Yeah. Look at him. He's like, yeah, I don't see what's the problem. I will. But just before leaving Colombia, there is one last marvel just before the border we had to go check out. It was well hidden, but well worth the stop.
We are about to cross into Ecuador, but just before we had one last stop, literally like an hour before the border. A crazy beautiful church. I would probably rate it third one on my list. The first one is Florence. The second one, I believe, is the one of Milan. And the third one would be this one. Are you ready for it? It is beautiful. Ta-da! It kind of looks like the one of Lord of the Rings, if you know what I mean. There was a big bridge, they were fighting on the bridge, and then the bridge collapses and everything. It looks beautiful.
Now it's time to go to
Ecuador!
Let's go. Ciao. That's it. We leave Colombia. It was a beautiful country. Next week we go discover Ecuador. Subscribe to the channel and travel with us around the world. See you next week!
Now you'll be famous on Instagram.